Most people think behavior change fails because they are weak. They say things like, I need more discipline, I need more willpower, I need to try harder. But if that story were true, smart and motivated people would stay consistent all the time. They do not. They still procrastinate, overscroll, skip routines, and relapse into old patterns when life gets noisy. The real issue is not character. It is system design under pressure. In this video, we will break down what willpower actually does, where it breaks, and how to build a structure that keeps working when your energy is low. Willpower is best understood as short-term inhibitory control. It helps you pause an impulse, hold a goal in working memory, and choose an action that aligns with that goal. That sounds powerful, and it is, but it is also metabolically expensive. The same attention resources you use for self-control are consumed by stress, decision overload, poor sleep, and emotional friction. So the question is not, do you have willpower? The better question is, what conditions are draining it faster than your environment can support? Once you see willpower as a limited tactical resource, you stop expecting it to carry your entire routine. Willpower fails most predictably under cognitive load. Imagine a normal day: bad sleep, unresolved messages, one difficult meeting, and unclear priorities. By afternoon, your brain prefers immediate relief over delayed benefit. That is not laziness. It is an energy conservation bias. When effort feels uncertain, your mind shifts toward low-friction actions with quick emotional payoff. That is why you can be productive on shallow tasks while still avoiding one meaningful task. You are active, but not advancing. If we treat this as a predictable state shift instead of a moral failure, we can pre-build support before the shift happens. Here is the behavior loop behind most willpower failures. Cue, craving, action, reward. The cue is usually discomfort, uncertainty, or boredom. The craving is not pleasure first, it is relief first. The action is whatever lowers pressure quickly, often scrolling, snacking, tab switching, or postponing. The reward is immediate calm. Later, cost arrives as stress and lost time. Because the relief is immediate and the cost is delayed, the loop trains itself. Breaking this loop is less about heroic restraint and more about changing what happens between cue and action. The highest leverage point is cue recognition. Most people notice failure after the action. We need to notice earlier, in the 3 to 5 seconds when friction first appears. Cues are often physical: jaw tension, restlessness, micro-avoidance, opening a new tab before touching the real task. Labeling this moment changes the trajectory. A short label like uncertainty spike is enough. Labels create distance between sensation and behavior. Without that distance, the body state feels like a command. With distance, the same state becomes information, and information can be acted on intentionally. Second leverage point is environment. Willpower is an internal force, but behavior is externalized through context. If your phone is on the desk, notifications on, 10 tabs open, and snacks within reach, your environment is asking for reactive behavior. Even strong people eventually fold to repeated cues. Instead of asking, how can I resist better, ask, how can I make the right action obvious and the wrong action inconvenient? Small friction edits outperform motivational speeches because they operate at the moment of choice, not after regret. A major hidden drain is decision fatigue. Every unresolved choice taxes control. What should I do first? How long should I work? Should I check messages now? Should I delay this to tomorrow? By midday, unstructured routines become expensive. The fix is pre-deciding defaults. Choose your start time, first task, and block length before the day gets noisy. Pre-decisions are not rigid rules. They are cognitive discounts. They reduce real-time negotiation and preserve attention for execution. People call this discipline, but at system level, it is simply reducing decision load. Move 2 is implementation intentions, also called if-then plans. This converts vague intention into a trigger-response rule. If I feel the urge to delay, then I open the file and write one rough sentence. If I unlock my phone during focus block, then I lock it and take 3 breaths before returning. If I miss a session, then I restart with a 2-minute version the same day. These rules cut decision friction under stress. You are no longer debating behavior in real time. You are running preloaded scripts that preserve momentum. Move 3 is tiny starts. Willpower spikes are unreliable, but tiny starts are repeatable. The rule is simple. Define a first action that can be started in under 2 minutes and is visibly connected to the real task. Not organize workspace, not review options. Start the task itself in miniature. 1 sentence, 1 push-up, 1 paragraph outline, 1 receipt logged. Tiny starts lower initiation cost, and once action begins, continuation becomes easier. This is how you stop waiting for readiness and start training readiness through behavior. Move 4 is friction design. Add friction to behaviors you want less, remove friction from behaviors you want more. Put the phone in another room during work blocks. Log out of the most tempting app. Keep workout clothes visible. Keep your project file pinned and open. This is not about punishment. It is about directional physics for behavior. When bad options become slightly slower and good options slightly easier, habits shift with less internal conflict. The goal is not to feel stronger every day. The goal is to make desired behavior cheaper to execute by default. Move 5 is recovery speed. People do not fail because they slip once. They fail because one slip turns into identity collapse. A strong system includes a reset protocol. Identify the cue, name the escape action, and change one variable for the next session. Nothing dramatic, one variable. Shorter block, clearer first action, less distraction access. Recovery protects identity evidence. You become a person who returns quickly, not a person who waits for perfect conditions. Fast recovery reduces shame and keeps the loop from hardening. Now add the identity layer. Identity is built from repeated evidence, not declarations. Every small follow-through is a vote for the kind of person you are becoming. This matters because identity reduces future decision friction. If you repeatedly act as someone who starts quickly, your brain spends less energy negotiating each start. It begins to feel normal. This is why tiny, consistent reps outperform occasional heroic effort. Heroic effort feels impressive, but consistent reps rewrite self-expectation, and that is what sustains long-term behavior. Worked example. Suppose you keep delaying a report. Old strategy. Wait until you feel motivated, then force a long session. New strategy. Pre-decide, a 2-5-minute block at 9, phone out of room, file pinned. First action pre-written as draft, the opening paragraph. If resistance appears, use the if-then rule and start one sentence. If you slip, run the reset before ending the day. In 1 week, completion rate rises not because you became tougher, but because your environment, defaults, and recovery protocol reduced reliance on willpower. 2 common mistakes ruin otherwise good plans. First, designing rules that are too complex to run under stress. Keep rules short and visible. Second, confusing planning with starting. Planning helps, but no plan creates momentum until the first action is executed. If your system requires high energy to begin, it is still a willpower system in disguise. Simplify until starts are obvious and near automatic. The litmus test is simple. Can tired you still begin this routine without debate? If yes, the design is working. Recap. Willpower is real, but limited. It should support your system, not be your system. Build cue awareness. Pre-decide if-then rules. Start tiny, design friction, and recover fast after slips. Then collect identity evidence through consistent reps. Try this tonight on one delayed task. Define your first 2-minute action, remove one distraction, and run one focused block. Small design changes done consistently beat motivational surges almost every time. If this helped, subscribe for the next breakdown, where we translate this framework into a weekly habit reset plan.